I do. I don't agree with the
Mhm.
research that's coming out. Again, the subset that they're taking, that could be skewed. I mean, a lot of times people are self-reporting the results. There's a lot going on in the research field too that could be like, not always giving us 100% accurate results. And we all know
Mm.
that. But what I see when I talk about pain and its connection to posture, here's what I talk about. I bring in stress here because we are all stressed out.
Mm.
Because stress can present as worry, fear, sadness, overwhelm, anxiety. We have seen depression, and a physiologic symptom of it is pain. Believe it or not, your pain is because of all the stress. And that stress is physical too, right? Because of the muscle tension. Muscle
Mhm.
tension is physical. Where is muscle tension coming from? Holding your body in a hunched over position. That's your posture. So that's the connection. But what's happening is stress adversely affects your nervous system. We all know this. Science is not debating that.
Mm.
And then our nervous system is where all of our nerves are. So the way our nerves are now communicating with the rest of our body, including our muscles and joints, well, it's going to be affected
Mm.
with the stress. So when stress levels are high, that could be due to work deadlines, shortage of staff. That's what I see normally when I'm working with busy professionals, sometimes even coworker relationships, right? Um, and then what's happening is a signal travels from your brain to your nerves to protect you. Now, this is interesting. I think when I present this in my workshops, people love this part. So what's happening is now you're going in this protective mode. Your brain has created this imagined threat because of the stress, whatever the cause of stress is, that is your threat. And it's prompting your body to go into survival mode because your brain, all your primal brain knows is that we have to protect this body. Now it activates your hypervigilant sympathetic system of your autonomic nervous system.
Mm.
So there are two branches, sympathetic and parasympathetic. For simplicity's sake, sympathetic is your active system. It's your protective system. Your parasympathetic is your calming system. That's when you're calm, you rest, you digest. So now your sympathetic system is, hyperactive, in action. It's trying to protect you against that email sitting in your inbox. It's trying to protect you against that deadline because it's responding to the mental images of future and perceived threats, as if you're running from a saber-toothed tiger. So what's happening is physiologically, you're going into, we commonly call it fight or flight mode, right? This sympathetic overdrive, it's fight or flight mode. Physiologically, inside your body, what's happening? Your breathing rate increases. It almost doubles up. Your heart rate is high. In the subjects that we have studied, we have found that normally we see like their heart rate is around 120 beats per minute. That's
Wow.
the heart rate I have when I'm going out on my zone 2 aerobic run, right? And they are just typing at their computer screens, and they're
Mm.
not aware of these physiologic changes when they're under stress and typing in a hunched over position. Their blood pressure rises. That leads to reduced blood flow to your organs. That leads to higher levels of cortisol. Now, that's key. That is key. When you have high cortisol levels in your bloodstream, which is your stress hormone, it's going to lead to tightening of your muscles. When your muscles tighten up, it raises the level of lactic acid. When you have
Mm.
high lactic acid levels, because of all these physiologic symptoms that you're experiencing underneath, you just not aware of it. Aware of it, it induces muscle soreness, and that leads to signaling pain. to our brain. So that sends a pain signal to our brain, excuse me. So this is how under the stress, the 24/7 staying on and the stressful lives that we lead is prompting pain, and it activates our muscles to tense up. Our nerves activate our muscles to tense up. Then they send the pain signal to the brain. So that's what the cycle is.